Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Moshe Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Moshe Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Moshe Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Moshe Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Plus coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, Pandora as well. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a terrific gentleman from Los Angeles who's got a film company called Ice Cream. He's an award-winning director and also a podcast host we'll tell you about in just a minute. He's also worked in a number of films, including the award-winning Down the PCH starring Guillermo Diaz, Elaine Hendricks, and Lynn Shay. Also Resurrection Mary featuring Golden Globe winner Sally Kirkland, and also the dance-centric room.com, Another Tango, Randy's Canvas, and a lot more. But he's got podcasts out there which just simply makes a national something to celebrate in a unique way. And of course, we did a lot of things, pirates, zucchini, some tacos, postal workers, stepchildren, and more. You name it, he's done it. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, award-winning director and the podcast host of What the Hell is National Riff Day, Sean Michael Beyer. Hey, Sean, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Mike. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you on board, too. So you're an award-winning director. You've done some work with Down the PCH. You also done Resurrection Mary and also Another Tango, Randy's Canvas, and a lot more as well, too. And you've got a podcast which is called What the Hell is Nation Riff Day or National Riff Day, Day of Riff, and why do we care? And why do we care? Telling us about it. We'll let you tell about it and tell us how you first got started. Pirates, zucchinis, children, and postal workers and taco lovers, feel free to join in.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's National Day Riff, and it really started out as text messages to sort of just entertain my friends. I would look at this website on different ones that would show you, today is National Taco Day. And so I just thought, some of them are so ridiculous, like Lost Sock Memorial Day. And I would read about what it was, and then I would come up with a funny little story, and then I started combining them. Some days there'll be 10 different celebrations. And so I would take each celebration and tell a story with it. And this one friend of mine said, you got to do something with this. And, maybe a blog. And then it evolved into a podcast. And here we are, 41 episodes later.
Wow. And what influenced you to start up a podcast? You've been in movies and everything, and I'm sure you had to find something. So just to make yourself amusing, maybe you make a movie out of it.
Oh, you could, anything. We were even talking last night about doing animations of it, something like that. But I'd never really thought about doing a podcast. I listen to true crime podcasts. There's so many of those that are, they're very long form, but I really enjoy those. And I thought, well, let's do something funny. And they're short. Our average episode is probably 8 minutes long at the most. Some of them are longer. Some of them are certainly shorter, but it's something you can get what we say, a quick fix of laughter. We even call the episodes doses as opposed to an episode. So it's just something to make people laugh, and it's a little on the darker side. That's my sense of humor, but it's still all in fun.
That is amazing. You said something about having that dark sense of humor. Basically, Am Ruins Everything meets Saturday Night Live, and also, who are some of your favorite comedians, actors, and also directors growing up? Before we talk about your movie career,
directors growing up, I always liked Woody Allen. Just that sardonic kind of humor, like I have, the lovable loser characters that he would create. They're all based on himself, I think. Definitely Steven Spielberg, of course. That's my coming of age era with those kind of movies. And then just different, filmmakers. It's usually the body of work or the different films that I like, as opposed to one particular person. I dare I say I'm not one that has a favorite type of thing. I'm more about just today I feel this. People are like, what's your favorite song? Well, I don't have a favorite song. Or what's your favorite movie? I don't have a favorite. I like a lot of them. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint just one person per category, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you're getting into movies as well, too. And you talked about you have a favorite movie this, favorite movie that, and everything. And what are some of your favorite movies growing up? It can be one day, it can be another day. So maybe at random, we can say, what are some of your favorite movies growing up? And if you feel like changing your mind, feel free to do so.
Oh, you won't hold me to it.
I trust you.
I remember, I was an adult, but Back to the Future always stuck with me just because of that it was so cleverly conceived and certainly well executed as a film. That was definitely one that I really was just like, and I'm dating myself here, but those older Disney movies when I was much younger with like Suzanne Plachette, Tim Conway, Dean Jones, That Darn Cat, and Escape to Witch Mountain, and any of those, the Apple Dumpling Gang, I think it was. You escape into that world for that 2-hour period of time, and it's a matinee movie, and you're with friends and maybe parents, and those were just so. You just leave the theater just mesmerized by what just happened. Mm-hmm. And then you make movies and it's all ruined, right?
You mean the remakes these days? It seems like
no.
I'm kidding.
no. Well, some of the remakes should be, they should leave things alone. Like Star Wars should, that was another, franchise I loved, but they run it into the ground. I hate to say. I mean, I'm killing myself for getting a job at Disney, I guess, but the first 3 Star Wars were amazing. Leave it at that. Mm-hmm. That's my feeling. Then again, I'm a big fan of Star Trek, and they've made a zillion of those. So I guess I'm sort of, being a hypocrite in that capacity.
But yeah, I'm not. But yet, that's not logical. But yes, Luke, I'm
right, exactly. Yes. Thank you for that.
Yes, and of course, we'll talk about how you got your production company starts and do you love movies. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Audible, Apple, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, Pandora, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with award-winning writer-director Sean Michael Beyer here on The Mike Wagner Show, and we talked about a little bit of something to celebrate about. And before we get to more celebrating in terms of a podcast form with tacos, postal workers, child children, and more, you also started your own company called Eye Candy Productions, and it's a movie studio. And tell us about how you got started in movies.
I started as an actor, being 8 years old. I think I did theater in my hometown in Northern California, and then in the late '80s, I moved to Los Angeles to act, and I found it tough. It's there's a lot of people out here that want to do the same thing, and I finally had this sort of epiphany, like I need to produce my own film so I can show off my acting. And when I started it, that was my intent. And then as I got into the process, I'm like, I have to direct this. I can't just act in it. And so that sort of was the beginning of my filmmaking career with short films and music videos and things like that. And then in 2000, a buddy and I were going to do a horror movie. And so I formed Ice Cream Films. And that's EYE, Scream Films, 3 words. And I've never really made a horror movie yet. We intended to, but I formed the company, and then I've had that ever since. So it's been 20 years now with that company, and I've been a part of 4 feature films that I directed and co-wrote or wrote, and lots of other smaller projects, cooking shows and fitness videos and music videos, lots of different things. And then recently I expanded the title to Ice Cream Films and Media, which includes different things besides just film. And that, produces my podcast, National Day Riff. And that's how I got started.
That is amazing. And was it one precise moment that influenced you into precisely what you're doing when it comes to movies?
I think it was, well, first of all, I'm a control freak, so there's that. But I think it was, as much as I still enjoy acting and still do act in different projects, and I'm, hosting the podcast, I found that I really wanted to be behind the scenes, making it happen. There's nothing more pleasurable than starting with a blank piece of paper, if you will, or a blank page on your computer and creating a script that then in turn gets produced into a movie. That's an amazing process, an amazing feeling. And I'm blessed that I have that ability, and a lot of people only wish they could do that. And I'm fortunate enough to have that ability. I've never been to film school. I've been on lots of sets, and I learned practical filmmaking. But I just think it was that moment around, I want to say late 90s, when I'm like, I need to be a filmmaker, not just an actor, and that's been my mantra ever since.
Mm-hmm. You also directed the award-winning Down the PCH starring Guillermo Diaz, Elaine Hendricks, and Lynn Shay. Also Resurrection Mary starring Golden Globe winner Sally Kirkland, and also Another Tango and Randy's Canvas, another award-winning film. And tell us some more about those films. And Down
the PCH was my first film. Up until that point, I'd only made short films and music videos. And my producer, Valerie McCaffrey, helped me put together the cast. We made that movie, this was in 2005. We made that movie for $40,000.
Wow.
I'll never do that again. It was very difficult. Obviously, everybody volunteered their services for the most part. But it was a wonderful experience. And to have that film win awards, and that led me to getting my second film, Resurrection Mary, which had a much higher budget. My third film was Randy's Canvas, which is the story of an aspiring artist with autism. That one took me 11 years to get made. I wrote the original script in 2006, I want to say, and it took us until 2016. We shot that film. We finally were able to raise the money. It was originally going to take place in San Francisco. We changed it to Rhode Island and shot it the entire movie in Rhode Island. That was an amazing experience. And that was also a lower budget movie, but you wouldn't know it to watch it. I am so humbled to say that. But and then the Hallmark movie, Another Tango, that was just a fun little dance-centric movie. We shot that in South Carolina, that was a lot of fun as well. So, and then I've got various projects in development, different scripts that we're looking to raise money for and get into production. And in the meantime, I'm busy behind the microphone writing and producing a comedy podcast.
That is amazing as well, too. We'll talk more about that. And where can we find your films at?
You can find most everything is Amazon Prime at this point. Anywhere streaming, Vudu, pay-per-view on your cable channels. It's hard to get to break the Netflix barrier, if you will, now, because they're producing so much of their own content. So sometimes films that used to easily be there are, but they're not now as much. But you can find those films anywhere pretty much. You can order DVDs, or everybody's streaming things nowadays. So.
Okay. All right. We're looking forward to that, and we'll talk about your podcast in just a minute and playing with some zucchini in the meantime while I'm doing so. But first, to listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. We're looking for a professional website without breaking our budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with other 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with award-winning writer, director, and podcast host Sean Michael Beyer with National Riff Day here on the Mike Wagner Show. It's a day riff. Oh my God, boy! I'm getting so jumbled here. I'll tell you, it's just like
It's a dyslexia day, yes.
Oh, yes. You know what? I think we should talk about National Dyslexia Day or a day of dyslexia. Yes, I think we just came up with some great idea. But you know something? I think somebody's about to sneak some zucchini in this one. So we got this right here on the Mike Wagner Show. Yeah.
Sneak some zucchini into your neighbor's porch day. Then synchronize your watches. Old lady Anderson over there hasn't been eating her veggies. Are you serious? Veggies are good for you. Indeed they are, son.
Oh, my gosh. I think somebody did sneak some zucchini on that one, too. So, all right. Tell us more about that sneaking in zucchini. Oh, my gosh. Oh.
When I first saw that day, I thought, seriously, is it a real day? And it's Sneak Some Zucchini into your neighbor's porch day. And it's because it happens in the fall. I don't remember exactly the date, but it's because in the fall harvest, the farmers had too much zucchini. So the idea is that you give your neighbor a basket full of zucchini as a kindness, a gesture of kindness. And I thought, well, that's silly. Let's have commandos raid someone's house who's not eating the vegetables and bring them. And the name of that episode is actually At 0 Dark 30. We move in with the Italian squash.
The Italian squash. Oh, my gosh. I think you're about to get the mafia coming after him.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. And I think, we also had as well, too, we had some Thanksgiving, we had some Christmas, and, some Halloween.
So, yeah, sorry about Candy. Hopefully she'll escape or something. Oh, watch out for the cat laying there. Or the rake and the tripwire.
So what's up?
Look what I found.
Whoa, is that found footage?
I'll just pop the newly unearthed digital video disc into this antique laptop computer that has just enough battery power left to play the DVD one time while sitting atop this dusty table with spider webs and sinister-looking tools that belong in a medieval dungeon.
Ooh, I got scared on that one. Oh, my gosh. A little bit of Halloween action there, too. So...
That was my ode to cheesy horror movies.
Really? Cheesy horror movies. Well, recently we watched Little Shop of Horrors going back to 1960, featuring the debut of a very young Jack Nicholson. What was he, like 23 or 24 back then? Oh, my goodness. I mean, every horror freak had to watch Little Shop of Horrors from 1960. Not the Steve Martin version. That was like 86, but 1960, right. That was, I consider, one of the worst, but also funny as heck. That's what made me think of feed me more.
I didn't know that was the movie with. I mean, it's a Broadway show, but I didn't know that was done earlier. That's news to me. So
we know something. When we get done here, and after you play with your podcast, you can go check that out. I mean, it doesn't have to be on Halloween. Doesn't have to be on Thanksgiving, Christmas. Right, it can be anytime. Well, speaking of Thanksgiving, which we're having a bunch of turkeys.
Who in the Sam hell is it now? Happy Thanksgiving, neighbors!
We only made enough for 4.
That was kind of rude, Mom.
He was naked.
What? He was naked? Oh, my God. Are you talking about the turkey or are you talking about the guest? Who was naked?
The neighbor, the nosy neighbor shows up naked.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Now, were they playing with the zucchini or what?
Yes.
Oh, wow. My God.
Nice callback there.
And of course, for those getting into Christmas 24/7.
I'm the ghost of Christmas right now. It's nice to meet you.
Come now, little Tim Tim. Daddy will give you a piggyback ride to the table.
Whee!
What's wrong with that scrawny one?
Oh, he has Kalman syndrome, which will prevent him from reaching puberty.
That would suck. Euthanizing is still illegal, right?
Yes.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something, people would, think like that. But yeah, it's like, what was I think like The Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton, or maybe one of the National Lampoon's Vacation or something, or somebody burns a house down with too many Christmas lights, or what is that?
Oh, yeah, that. Well, this one was called A Christmas, Carol, based on Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And I took Scrooge and made her an alcoholic, wealthy woman. And she has one too many drinks, goes home, and she gets visited by the ghosts like you do in the story. We just had fun with it. And, I followed the narrative for the most part of Dickens with the updates and my dark sense of humor, but that was a lot of fun.
And yeah, I'm sure people had too many eggnogs around that time, and maybe some regrets, and maybe they just mistaken a cat like as like an appetizer, or a dog like say as a reindeer. I mean, you know how that goes. But of course, people get into a musical as well too. Let's get musical here.
This evening's story begins in a small rural town where everyone knows everyone and needs to mind their own business. Our debutante, Lavendaria, lived in a double white trailer along with her single mother, Propella, and her older stepsister, Off-White, from her mother's first marriage to...
That man we don't talk about.
One day, I'm going to be a princess, Mother. I'll wear beautiful long gowns and marry a handsome prince who isn't on probation.
Good for you, honey. Now, finish cutting Mommy's toenails. It's bowling night.
I'm going to be a princess. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to be a princess, yes, and fall in love too.
Yeah, and imagining princesses, maybe you can do a Frozen 3. Let it go, let it go.
That's my girl, Angela Hicks. She's one of my regular cast members. And she's got a beautiful voice, and we decided, let's do a musical. It's going to be a lot of work, but she and I wrote the songs, and she did an amazing job. My whole cast did an amazing job on that one. That was a huge undertaking to do that, and then the soundscape has got to sound like you're on a Broadway stage. So it was a lot of work, but I think it really paid off. It was a great episode.
It sounds like it paid off a great deal, and of course you got the broadcast pros like you and I are doing, and I think of radio drama.
It's Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day. The first traffic broadcast was from Pittsburgh in 1920, back when a traffic jam was your horse taking a dump in the middle of an intersection.
Whoopsie, my bad.
What the hell did you eat?
National Day Riff, available wherever you get your podcast fix.
1920, they did horse and carriage? You mean they banned Model Ts back then? Unbelievable. In Pittsburgh, my God, it's like Steel City. I think they did away with the horse and carriage, but they still drove them. Yeah.
Yeah, there was still that whole era where people didn't want to buy the automobiles. They didn't want to give in. Right? They were used to their horses. Just think about that now. That seems archaic, but I think, people are resistant to change.
Mm-hmm. And of course, people are getting used to it as well, too. And where can we find your podcast at?
You can find the podcast pretty much everywhere where we can find yours. Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Pandora. And we're trying to expand it, all the time. But pretty much, if you listen to a podcast, you can find us there. So,
wow, that's amazing! You actually, mentioned where the Mike Wagner Show was. You mentioned Stitcher, Deezer, and iHeart and everything. Were you actually writing this down while I was doing my breaks? I was going to ask you that. Were you writing those down seriously?
No, it's I started. when I went into this, I knew you could get podcasts on Apple and Audible and different places, but I didn't know the process. I was sort of just finding my way as we went when we started distributing this. And it's so exciting especially when Apple says, yes, we'll approve your podcast. That was very exciting.
And we're looking forward to more episodes as well, too. We're here with award-winning director and podcast host, Sean Michael Beyer, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Sean, a very big thank you for your time. Been absolutely fantastic. Definitely looking forward to having you again soon. I can't wait to hear more episodes from you on National Day Riff. So I think we should do a dyslexic one where it's like, this is National Riff Day. It's like,
National Riff Day, yes. I think we might have to. That's kind of... I try not to make fun of serious subjects, but sometimes you can push the envelope a little bit. Yeah. But if I can, real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to my main cast, Nick Pasquale and Adam Carbone. And we already mentioned Angela Hicks, and I've got a whole bunch of other, we call them misfit voices that have contributed. And, I really appreciate all their efforts. They all do this because they love to do it, and it shows.
And you guys love what you're doing as well, too. And I can tell you love what you're doing as well, too, Sean. And just a few more things with Sean Beyer here. Sean, what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
Hopefully no more wearing masks in 2021. That's something I'm hoping for. But I've got various projects in the works. In fact, was speaking to executive producer about a romantic comedy that we might be shooting next spring. Continuing with National Day Riff, we've got our new Thanksgiving coming up, our new Christmas episode coming up. And just onward and upward. 2020 has been a year of trials and tribulations, to put it in a nice way. And I really look forward to 2021 being a prosperous, positive year of change.
That is amazing. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
That is a tough question. My family always supported. They didn't understand my choice to work in the entertainment business. They're cattle ranchers, but they've always supported what I've done and what I've believed in. And I think that's probably my biggest, supporter and, encouragement, and knowing that it's a tough road, but they always were there for me every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. And that is fantastic as well, too. Getting some great ideas from you, and maybe you can suggest in the podcast when we're off the air here. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Perseverance. You have to stick with what you believe in, and don't think you're going to become an overnight success. That almost never happens. Stick with what you believe in, even if it takes a long time. Stick to your guns, stick to your vision. Don't let others tell you how to do it. This is you. You stick to what you believe in, and you will thrive.
That is fantastic advice. Once again, Sean Michael Beyer, podcast host of National Day Riff and award-winning director here on the Mike Wagner Show. Sean, very big thank you for your time. Being absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon, and keep us up to date. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people check out your movies and check out your podcast?
Yes, well, and thank you for this, Mike, and playing those clips. That was awesome. I greatly appreciate that. You can find the podcast at nationaldayriff.com, or on all of the podcasts, the major podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeart, etc. My movies, Down to PCH, Resurrection Mary, Randy's Canvas, Another Tango are all on streaming services like Amazon Prime and Apple Movies and those different platforms, as well as pay-per-view. And you can find me on social media, Sean Michael Beyer, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And say hi. Tell us what's up. If you want to see, let us know you wanted to hear a certain National Day Riff, like National Dyslexic Day or Day of Dyslexia. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see.
Or how about National Chewing Gum Day, or National Drink Your Favorite Coffee Day, or maybe listen to your favorite podcast day, or maybe
there you go.
cattle ranching or camera, or maybe National Eat Your Grapes and Have Fun Too Day, or Throw a Tomato Day or something. I mean, the list can go on and on and on, Sean. But we'll do that another time. Once again, Sean, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely terrific. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. And let's have a National Day of Riff again.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.